Hey everybody, it's Mark here, and I've got with me a man who started following a particular business model for running paid ads and earning huge affiliate commissions. Well, they became huge, I should say. You don't always start huge, but for earning huge affiliate commissions, promoting other people's products with paid traffic. So it's a spend money to make money formula. It's using YouTube, it's using auto-generated voiceover and auto-generated videos to run the ads, little 3 to 5 page websites. It's a very simple, straightforward model, and he started with it when the doors were opened for about a week back in, I think, September last year. So started with it over a short time, and has done phenomenally well. He's made over $300,000 in profit during that time. He's had his ups, he's had his downs. And I want to introduce you guys to Matt. Welcome along, Matt.
Hey, Mark. Hey, everybody.
Great to have you here. And first of all, before talking about what your successes are and also some tips so that other people can do really well as affiliates and earn great commissions, I would like to know from you, what's your background to this? Like, what were you doing before this? And
Yeah.
what got you into this? Like, did you want this as a little side hustle, or did you have bigger dreams than that at first, or what was, where did you come from into this?
Before I had done it, I was kind of what you might call a bit of an opportunity junkie. I started out back in 2013. I was working a desk job. I was an insurance monkey for a large corporate insurance broker. I worked my way up the corporate ladder and I absolutely hated it. So I did what so many other people do, is Google how to make money online, which sent me down a rabbit hole of trying every single thing under the sun. I joined a what turned out to be a pyramid scheme at one point, got involved in MLM, tried e-com and drop shipping, tried the whole Facebook ads with clickbag thing. And whatever I did, it always just kind of seemed like I was always late to the party. Like I had found the opportunity, the way to have this internet side hustle, um, that I found it too late, before, by the time everybody had already taken over that opportunity. Yeah, I think that's what really my background was before I got started with this thing.
I always find that interesting when people say that they found certain opportunities too late. I think that people often get that feeling. To be honest, I do think to a degree, yes, that can be true, but also like, because I do see people starting and succeeding really well in some of those models, even as little as last month, I've seen people start like drop shipping and see their first sales and start growing. I see people doing really well with each of these models, but they reach a point where at the start it's too easy. It's almost like it's impossible for anyone not to succeed. There's that starting point, and then there's that point where you've really got to have your ducks in a row and follow a good formula, and then you still will succeed. And then there's that next phase where for the next 10 years, anyone that starts this model, if they are dog-headed, persistent, they will do well, but they're not as easy as those that got in early. But
Yeah,
it's still a valid
and
model. It's just a little bit harder than it used to be.
and to clarify that as well, I quit on each of those things before, when things got hard. So I shouldn't say that the model was the issue. I was the issue. Once it appeared like, oh man, this isn't the push button profits so easy right away that this was going to be. Because of my mindset at the time, I quit. So that was also on me. It wasn't exactly the opportunity.
I think this is an important thing to share with people, because you had a lot of success with this model. In fact, in April, you made $90,000 in 1 month. You were telling me just before this call, 90,000. That's profit. We're not talking about
Profit. That's not sales. That's
So
profit.
$90,000 for you to take home after any sort of expense on ads and everything. 90,000, fantastic. But then May and June, things were very slow for you, very
Yep.
slow. So if you had not had the success earlier, and you'd gone into May and June, and had slow months where you pretty much break even, you may have thought at that point, if you'd not had the earlier success, you may have been on to the next opportunity, like in the past, right? If you hadn't had that success.
Possibly. I mean, if that you could say the same thing about when I first started, because when I first started this, it wasn't it was about 2 to 3, I don't remember exactly, it was between 2 and 3 months before I really hit a huge success. But during that time, I know I definitely felt that way before I had the success.
Okay.
uh and I had to keep pushing, like I and
You,
it's,
you had
it's
you had that feeling, and then all of a sudden, because I know after May and June, all of a sudden you made 40,000 in profit.
yeah,
August,
doing really well in August too.
even
Yeah.
more. So we're looking at and then things are onwards and upwards all over, thereafter, and that is highly impressive. So anyway, um, how did it feel when things were finally taken off, and what difference did it make for your life, like like family life, stuff like that?
It finally felt, it's weird because I think on the one hand, it was like a sense of validation. And not from the money side, but from like oh man, all the people in my life that told me like always chasing after this internet thing, or all the people that are like, oh, you're wasting your money on this. It finally felt like, I mean, internally, when I would quit something, I felt like a failure, and it was like I finally made it work. I finally hit this big payday, and it felt great. It felt like I didn't feel like a fraud anymore. So it felt amazing. And from the money side, I was in debt for one. I was able to pay all that off. Not only pay that off, but also now, really upgrade my place, my apartment. I got it blurred out now because it's a little messy, but make some upgrades in my life, as well as get a very, very, very comfortable cushion under me as well, so I don't have to like worry about money right now. And I tell you, after about 20 years of always just living paycheck to paycheck, working jobs I hated, not being able to quit your job because I couldn't afford to like not get paid. That feels great. And I actually did. I quit in April, at the end of April 2022. Quit the job.
Brilliant. Well done on that. I think that's fantastic. Like, it's a really inspiring story. And some people, they never quit their job and they're happy. I want to say, for
Yeah.
some people, they just love having this side income that pays them more than their regular income, but they still love their career, and that's fantastic. And for some people, they're like, actually, I want to get out of the rat race. I'm not actually, this isn't my calling. My calling is actually doing this stuff. I deep down,
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur and waiting, and now I'm there to do it. And I
And I
think,
think the cool thing is that allows me now to kind of explore other things. Like, let's say I don't want to do this forever. I can take a look at doing potentially other things in my life that really I'm not tied down to a paycheck or to a specific level of paycheck anymore. I could look at working for nonprofits. I could become an author. I mean, like, the world's kind of my oyster now. I don't have
yeah,
to work a job I hate just to make ends meet.
yeah, like things like becoming an author, it takes time. So you bought yourself time to do the things that you want to do.
Exactly.
I remember years ago, one of my students, this is a long time back, I taught him affiliate marketing. It might have been 2008 or something. I went to school with him, and he made quite a lot of money in his first year, like 250,000. In his second year, he made 650,000. So this is, one of those outliers that's doing very well. And 650,000, you think he's on his way to this massive affiliate career, and he ends up going ahead and spending all his money on buying and formulating these smoothies, not necessarily ones that sell in America and stuff. I mean, he's selling them in grocery stores here in New Zealand. And he got to the point where he's making like $1 million a month doing that, and he totally stopped doing affiliate marketing forever on afterwards. But
Ah,
he never would have done that if he hadn't have had
yeah.
funding. So he had the funding from this for his true dream, which was actually something else, but this was a stepping stone. So for
I
some
love
people,
some. I
sorry.
developed a smoothie habit lately, so that's a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, so for some people, it's there thing. Like this is the thing that they're going to do for the next decade or two or three. And this is, things evolve, but some form of this,
Yeah. I
because
mean,
I've been doing affiliate marketing for 23 years now. Like it's, people thought that it was going to die off back in the year 1999, and it's still going, you know, in different forms. It's not the same, but it's different, but it's still there. And for some people, it's like this is a stepping stone. It's not even the thing that they're going to do long term, but it is where they cut their teeth. They learn business. They learn how to drive visitors. They learn how conversion rates can be higher. They learn how to make sales, and they learn the types of products that people want. And then they get other ideas after that, like my friend did. You know, so just found it interesting. And for you, it sounds like you've been wanting to be an entrepreneur for a long time. You sound like you've got some charity ideas that you want to sink your teeth into. I've done
yeah.
that too with kids sports and stuff. I made like a big website where I got all these New Zealand cricketers to film videos about how to play cricket and different tactics and stuff like that, and I put together this resource. You do things that you're passionate about, right? That's not all about spending money when you've got enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it just feels good to be able to have that choice now, or to be able to, like, what do I want to do today? Well, maybe I want to research crypto, or just to be able to just do what you want. And it's weird. It's really weird because for 20 some years it was like I felt like I didn't have that choice. And now I absolutely do. And I'm very thankful for it too. I'm very, very, very grateful for that, this opportunity.
It's fantastic. And what do you think is one of the big reasons why this model works so well for you? What do you like about it?
It's I don't want to use the term easy, because nothing is ever like easy, easy, easy. There's work that has to be put in. Like, you have to put in work. It's not difficult, but you do have to put in the work for it. But the thing I like about it is, when people say they hear YouTube videos, they think of, okay, you're sitting in front of a camera, you've got to memorize a 5 to 10 minute script, you got to sound really good on camera. Like, you see all these the people with the YouTube channels, and so many people, they have no idea that they sound so polished. They have no idea how many hours they spend, like 40, 60, 80 hours sitting or like editing and being in front of this camera. It's like this content hamster wheel. It sounds exhausting. This, you don't need to be in front of a camera. You don't need to read anything. You don't use your own voice on it. You use stock footage. You come up with a script, and that's a lot easier than you're probably thinking right now too. So it's really you don't have to be like I said, you don't have to be in front of the camera or do any of that stuff. So it's honestly, it's perfect. And it's also, I love YouTube because it's part of Google, but it's also a different kind of customer, or it's a different kind of viewer than, say, like maybe Facebook, because people are on Google and people are on YouTube because they're actively learning, they're actively watching a video already when yours pops up, versus they're trying to learn something, versus on Facebook they might just be scrolling because they're bored for that particular reason. So
checking up on
I think what do they call it? It's like inbound marketing. I think that
and Facebook, like, I mean, I run Facebook ads. It does work.
I'm not saying Facebook doesn't.
It's just different. And it's different. And for some people, it's harder because there's much more threat of, say, losing an ad account for just one little thing, or it's very hard to scale quickly. If you're going to scale, you're going to scale at a very tempered rate, whereas you can scale faster when things are going well. I think, to be honest, I do think one of the key things about Google that separates themselves from Facebook is that they have a few more data points. They have a search engine data point as well on people. They know what you've been searching for the last year. So if you're someone that's been searching for stuff to do with diabetes on and off for the last 12 months, that's a data point they have on you. So you could be watching a video on YouTube that's all about time travel. It could be something completely different. And you may still, during that video, see an ad all about diabetes now, because that data point on you. They know you're active, intently looking.
And it's awesome because you don't have to do any targeting either. Google's so smart. You put your video in there, they know exactly who to serve it to based on the content of the video and the script and the voice in
Well,
it.
I should say they know roughly who to serve it to, and they become more exact the longer it's running, assuming that you've got your ducks in a row with you've got a good script, you've got
Yeah.
you get your click throughs that you need through to the offer, like as long as you've got that going right. And if that, and that's why sometimes it takes time to get that part right, but that's why, following, I guess, the formula that you learned from, Rob and Keegan and so forth, was really helpful, I guess, in shortcutting the path there.
Yeah. Because when before I learned that, I always kind of wondered if you could make money with Google and affiliate marketing, but I was like, I'm not going to spend $5,000 when I didn't have the 5,000 to spend on trying to figure something out. And they had really shown that was one of the things I absolutely loved about the course is they had shown the path to it, and also the proof and success of the people that had already done it before.
Yeah, because otherwise you could even spend more than 5,000. Like some people, when they don't know how to go about affiliate marketing through a paid traffic channel, they end up spending so much money on trial and
Yeah.
error, trial and error. I'll run an ad that does this. Oh, that didn't work. I'll run an ad that does this. That didn't work. And it's like, yeah, you do have to do some trial and error, but you may as well do trial and error, starting with a model that already works well. You just have to contort it to get it just right. The offer you're promoting, but it's essentially like 90% of all the stuff that doesn't work has already been cut out, so you're shortcutting sort of straight to the front, I guess. Okay, so what would you say about saturation? Like, why is it that things just, they don't even seem to be they don't even appear to be even close to being saturated, I guess.
Yeah, I don't hear about all that many people doing this yet. So there's one right there. Two, Google's so massive. I mean, let's not forget Google ad, like I want to say AdWords because I always thought knew it as AdWords, but it's now just Google Ads. But the search ads, I mean, that's just that's a huge, massive thing. YouTube, what is that? Website number 3. So they've got Google's website number 1, YouTube is website number 3 in the world. I mean, just the volume on there is just absolutely massive. And like I said, I don't see too many other people, a whole lot of other people doing this even yet. So it really hasn't caught on. I was kind of surprised because it's been a year, but it's just the opportunity's still there.
They only open the doors once a year. Maybe they open it to a private group here and there outside of that, but you're talking just a handful. Pretty much once, it was just once that year. They're going to open the doors again once this year, and maybe for 1 or 2 private audiences, but possibly, and that might not even happen. So, I think that's a good thing, I guess, that the intake is limited as well. And this year, I know that they've got their own. I don't know if you've had the chance to beta test it yet or not. You might very soon anyway, but they've got new software that they've developed that's even.
I didn't, but I saw your video on it the other day. It looks really good.
Yeah. So it makes it even more user friendly towards just getting these kinds of video ads done, and then that way people don't even have to have a third-party service to do it, and they've just got it included. I think that's awesome. What would you say to somebody that was considering now jumping on a workshop that teaches this model further? Like, let's say, I'm running one with Rob, Keegan, and other members of the team. What would you say to them? Like, what's a good?
I'd say check it out because it's check it out because it's neat. First of all, like it's nothing like you've ever seen before. Usually when there's things out there, it involves some sort of form of like, oh, you need to, I don't know, create images, or you need to be in front of the camera. You need to build an audience. You don't need to do that with this. I mean, if you can operate on just a little bit of tech, you can literally do this. I mean, it's not difficult to do. It does take work, but it's also kind of neat. It's fun. It's fun to do too. Like I like making these videos, I like making these videos and seeing the opportunities out there. And if you really are into this kind of stuff, like if you're whether you're just kind of interested in affiliate marketing, or if you're actually like really interested in affiliate marketing, you've done it before, and like you know about ClickBank, and you like making commissions off ClickBank, this would be right up your alley too. So
Mm.
I think it's a cool it's a really cool, that's a fun opportunity, and it's a great chance for some side income or to replace your income too.
Yeah, and it's not just ClickBank. I mean,
Oh no, it's
our
not.
students, I think, I'm pretty sure they're the top, the
Yeah,
top lot of students
I
at a few at several other networks. Like there's one
I
network
yeah,
where
I use ClickBank. That's
I
why I
know,
said
but
that.
I'm just saying there's one network where tens of millions of dollars in commissions was earned in the last year. Obviously, ClickBank, it might have been 100 million or something from our students, which is insane. The amounts and the types of offers, they can be quite wide, even though you might see, say, 80 or 70, 80% of students end up promoting, say, health supplements or something like that. And then I go and chat to another student and find that they happen to be promoting some offer that is, entirely different. It might be some special coin like a Donald Trump coin or something, and they found a way to make that work. Or
There's people that have used this. I found there's people that have used this to promote their own products too.
bring in their own
So
products.
yeah,
Several
I
people
mean,
have.
it's not just affiliate marketing with ClickBank. I promise you.
Yeah. I've seen drop shippers use it to promote an offer on their store, and then people end up buying more, like the primary offer or something, and then they buy more offers from their store. It's just it can work elsewhere, but obviously, majority are doing what you're doing, earning commissions, promoting other people's products. It keeps it nice and simple, so you don't have to deal with customer support. You don't have to do anything other than just focus on driving traffic and making good, having good converting landing pages. I guess. Um, so anyway, um, I just want to say a big thank you for being on this call. You're very inspiring. And I love the fact that you've got a bit of breadth of knowledge. You've tried some models that didn't work. You've even had your stumbling points with this model, and you've pushed through, and now you're just doing
Yeah.
phenomenally well. So yeah, I just want to say a big thank you for being on the call and for sharing all of this information with us about how you've gone about it.
Cool. Yeah. No, and it's been an absolutely awesome model to be a part of. It's like I said, this is what I do full time now. And it's amazing. Some days I work 2 hours a day, some days I work 8, some days I don't work at all. So I would say the freedom I have in my life from this has just been absolutely incredible. And I'm in a very much of a different place than I was a year ago. And I can't believe it's been a year already. It's crazy.
That's absolutely wonderful. So people listening, there'll be a link below, or in the description, or wherever. There'll be a link below this video somewhere that shows you how to jump on a workshop where you're going to hear from the guy that created this model, Keegan, and also Rob and other people that are behind this model, and just see step by step how this works. What are some tips to succeed with it? You'll see case studies from students that have done very well, and different tips that and reasons why they have succeeded. And because each person has different things that they did particularly well, and you're going to discover all of that. And the doors will get opened for a short time on that workshop if you do decide that you want to have the hand holding and stuff from this team, and have access to their software and everything. You can either go it alone and go, well, I've learned all these tips, now I'm going to go off and do it, or you can go, you know what, no, I want to actually be part of their system and follow their approach, and that's great too. So a lot of reasons to join the call. So thanks again, Matt. Greatly appreciate your time. And for everyone else out there, take action with what you learn. Hope to see you on the workshop, and see you next time. Bye for now, everybody.
Take care.